again from the House of Hisshou. I'm Alan Jones.
And this is Stephen Kells.
And you're welcome to join us for another play match using the decks that Earthborn came up with. I'll let Stephen explain what we're about to do.
Yes. So what we're about to do is pick our characters with random chance. We have a 4-sided die here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then whatever that lands on, we're going to choose to be our seeker. And then after that, we're going to roll to see who's going to start first. So I'm going to start it off by rolling from my seeker. We have a 3. So that is going to be Goldie.
Go ahead and reset your threat to 0 there. Looks like I get a 3 as well, so a Goldie mirror.
Goldie versus Goldie. And we're going to roll to see who goes first. Highest number wins.
I get a 1, so...
Let's hope it's not a 1. It's a 1. You get to re-roll.
I get a 4.
Let's see. 3.
3, so I will go first on this. I feel like that's kind of where you want to be in this mirror, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I guess we need to shuffle up because we didn't from the last match there.
I'm excited to see this Goldie versus Goldie match.
Yeah, we're kind of both partial to Goldie. We like her ability, how it can present a good threat on board state.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of aggro take on this one.
It really depends on like the meta once we see all the seeker options too, right? Like,
yeah.
To be fair, of the 4, this is definitely the aggro seeker of the 4 choices with these learn to play decks. Definitely. Alright, draw 5 and Mola again. So, Steven, if you want to go over the mulligan rules in case this is someone's first experience with this.
Yeah, so for mulliganing, right, we're going to look at our 5 cards that we have in our hand, and we're going to decide which ones maybe we want to put away and draw. But before we put them away, we're going to actually like leave them off to the side, draw the additional cards to make up 5 again, and then we're going to take those cards and put them at the bottom of our deck, shuffle our deck, and then place it back in our cards area. So for anyone that's new or just starting, again, you may see these really nice mats, but again, the objective of the game is that we are trying to find 6 seekers, 3 out of 6 seekers in our opponent's deck, and if we get 3 seekers, which in this case is our opponent's agents, that is our win condition. And there are 3 different ways to go about it. We can look in their archives, their council, or their commons. So your commons is your deck, your council is your hand, and then your archives is kind of like your discard pile. So I'm gonna cut Alan's deck, and then I'm gonna double check if I want to use or discard anything, and I think I'm just gonna hold the hand that I have. So get us started. Alan is the first turn player. So,
and for those that were watching, I mulled 2 cards, so I thought 2 cards were not worth starting with. And got a really weird, wonky decisions to make, honestly.
okay.
Okay, I think I go ahead and stage this card here. So that's my action. I'm going to take no free actions at this point. Turn is to you. Also, we're going to try to normalize this going forward. If either of us is done, we're going to say the turn is yours, or I give you the turn. Something of that variation, so we're letting our partner know. Hopefully we'll try to normalize that in our organized play structures around Ohio. I think that's the smartest way, so there's no like time wasting where someone's like, is he done or is he not? I think if you actually verbally confirm it to your opponent with a hand gesture, like you or you or you know, whatever, I feel like that's going to go, it's going to be sportsmanlike conduct, so that way there's no confusion. Anyway, go ahead.
You're good. I think that's honestly perfect. I'm going to go ahead and stage a card. Pass it back to you. That's great.
Okay. And the reason why we're doing that, while I'm beating the dead horse that I just talked about, is because before or after your action, your actual action that will cost you an action point, you have the ability to play instants. So there's no guarantee that just because I played this, I don't immediately forge it. Whatever. So like there's no guarantee, because of the way instants work, kind of like, oh, he's done this, his turn is over now. And you could start doing something, and I'm not saying that anyone's trying to do anything untoward, but people get really stressed out, especially when you're at the last matches of a tournament and your win or lose determines if you make the cut. You might be looking at your cards and not paying attention to your opponent and thinking, oh, I gotta do this. And you thought your opponent was done, and you immediately start playing the thing, and your opponent's not done. He's like, hey, I'm not done yet. And now he's seen your card. He knows what you're about to do.
Yep.
So, and again, he's not trying to cheat. You're not trying to cheat. Now you're just in an awkward situation where there's bad feels. So I feel like if you're actively going, hey, okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, and I think that, again, like you said, prevents awkwardness, confusion, like giving the sleight of hand away from yourself. I think that's honestly very reasonable.
And there are going to be there's always bad apples in the bunch that are going to purposely use that as an excuse to get a free hand look or a free knowledge of what you're about to play and cheat. Yeah.
And then you have to kind of be that guy that's like, are you done? Are you, or like, good to go now? Like, you know.
Which is tilting you and making your play worse, because now you're upset at them that you feel like you have to babysit the game.
Yeah, or like maybe you kind of feel like the aggressor because now you're the one that's like, you know, trying to make sure. But like at the end of the day, right, it's just good conduct, you know.
Yeah.
Fair conduct.
And I'm sorry if y'all like, man, they're way overthinking this, but we're two spikes, so to us the competitive element, the tournament element is like a huge portion for us. So we're thinking of it like that level because we've been in whether it's Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like the ones I played, like Legend of the Five Rings or LCG or Conquest LCG, where you just have those bad moments and no one wants to be a part of that. Exactly. Because of a miscommunication that was on the board state, I literally won my spot in the top 16 at a Kotai and got my professional title for the first time ever in L5R as the Dragon Hatamoto. But the crab player wasn't paying attention to my honor total and thought I had 2 honor instead of 1 honor. If you hit 0, you're out because you're dishonored and the Emperor hates you. But so I actually had to dial the turn back because of a judge ruling and then re-win my spot in the top 16 in my pro title 2 times at the same match. I literally, and he already saw how we played through that entire turn. So like at that point you're like, he already knows everything I'm about to do. And now all he has to do is make me lose 2 honor instead of 1 honor. And so it was pins and needles and I hated it. So you don't want those misconceptions to happen. They can really
kind of put you in duress.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like,
oh yeah, very much
mental
so.
Duress. Yeah.
All right, well, we're the aggro deck, so let's go on a cruise drive to your. Actually, because you were being wonky bonky, and I don't know if I trust that, I'm actually gonna go for your counsel as a delve. Right. So I'm gonna Do you have anything before I get to in the first incident window? Nope. Okay, then I will pay 1, go to 4, and give you a heat or a threat. Heat. I can't even remember the term now. It's been so long.
Yeah, add heat.
Okay. And let's grab a rando card from your hand. We'll grab this one, and I see Rory and Bug. I got super lucky. Hashtag get wrecked. Get riggedy wrecked, son. So that's my first of 3 points towards victory. I found one of his agents hiding. You would call that supremely lucky for anyone watching in the audience there. That was like super luck. That was a 1 in 4 chance, and I had to direct myself to the council. So usually we try to go to commons at the beginning to at least see what they're drawing into. But I didn't trust that, and if it was a Barbican gate, then it could have really been terrible. Or if it was an Eye Enforcer and I got greedy and looked at it, then you immediately take 2 cards out of my hand. Yeah. So, all right, the table's to you.
All right. Well, I think I have no other choice, so I'll delve your comments.
Yep.
So, yeah,
I got nothing. You get to go your way to the fun zone.
I'm gonna pay 1 to increase your heat.
So I get 1 heat. And my top card is a fun run.
So I can just
ignore it because you can't do anything about moments, unfortunately, from the council or comment.
I feel like it would just make sense to do that, but then again, maybe there's like a reason for that.
I think they're trying to prevent your actions from being denied. Like, I can get rid of your 9-state board stages, but actions are still playable.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the actions are going to be reactionary, so they're not. What's the word I'm looking for?
You're being, instead of being like,
you still have to do a thing.
Yeah, you still get to do a thing. You can still kind of play your sleight of hand cards, or your like.
Because like fun run, I could draw that fun run, but I still have to complete a breach.
Yeah.
To even access it. But there are cards like calling in favors too, where they're just an action cards. I don't know. Yeah. That would definitely, if we ever get to actually interview Andrew Navarre or Corey or anyone from Earthborn about the design choices and whatnot, don't know or really foresee that happening. But, you know, stranger things have happened.
True.
It would definitely be something I'd like to talk to them about, that design choice.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Just to know, I don't have any complaints, just curious.
Yeah, I have the same here.
Alright, so your action pointing down?
Yep.
And am I good?
Yep, you were good.
Okay. Okay. Just can't afford it because I only got 2.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I delve council again. Because here's in case you're wondering why I'm being so hyper aggressive with this, there's a thing we call second turn, first turn deficit. We learned it from Soulforge Fusion. The fact that he's about to take the last action, then immediately gets the first turn token and takes the first action before I get an action to intercede there, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So if I don't give him a heat somehow, or reduce my heat somehow, he can, with the 4 money he has, even if I try to put something in the way to scare him off this, he'll just pick the archives lane.
Yep.
Just to give me heat get no effect other than the heat he gives me. So his first action is immediately to Goldie for 3 resources and put it in a resource deficit or gain resource advantage against me. So knowing that, my last action has to be at least to equalize, because even if he does delve back, it's just an equal board state. That could mean his first action is to delve me immediately again to put myself on the deficit, but he can't immediately gain the 3. Not immediately. And any card that would drop the heat is an action card, at least in these practice decks. So even if he was, as his first action, go drop heat, I would still get a chance to respond and try to equalize the board state. So the smartest course of action, I will go for the council again. There should be no chance in heck that there's another agent in his hand, unless he's just extremely unlucky. But the point is the threat and making sure I'm not giving him the ability to gain 3 on me.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing. Do you have anything before I reach your heat-o-meter? Okay, here's 2. Go to 0. And I will pick this one. A Capricious Informant. Nice. And then I'll pick one more. And we'll pick that one. And Eye Enforcers. I don't like all this blue I'm seeing. Alright. I had no money, so I could not discard either of those. And there is good and ample... Oh. You could screw me over. No, you can't.
Because...
No, it has to be in the grid. That's right.
Are you sure it has to be in the grid for it to be discovered?
Not to be discovered, but if you look at Eye Enforcers, I think they specifically require
if it is in your grid, you're right. Yeah.
Otherwise...
Then I'd immediately lose this card. And
you could lose that. You could archive that card and get 2 out of me, which would have been good. I'd be like, oh crap.
Yeah. Kind of bait you. But.
So that was the last.
You have one more thing you should probably do.
Yeah, gain my free action, gain my money.
Yeah, gain your.
Gain my gold. D. Alright, I'll go to 1. The one benefit he has is wherever he goes, the spending the 2 leaves him with 2, and he'll get Goldie to 3 at the end of turn. So he will be sitting at a 2-point advantage, but that's because I've gotten 1 of 3 victory points. So that 2 difference in, gosh, man, I'm hiccuping and burping. Woo, is well worth it.
I think I'm gonna forge my disagreeable inspector and immediately exhaust him to give me a shard, and then I am going to exhaust.
Well, 4 heat, awesome.
That would be something. Exhaust him to go up to
5,
and then. After I've done that, I think that is all I can do. So I'm going to.
We gain our 3 actions back. We gain 1, so I go to 2. He goes to 6. So even though I have a victory point of 3 right now, it's very important for you guys to realize that doesn't. It's not as huge of a thing as it might look, because it's going to be hard with my 2 resources this turn versus a 6. To kind of counterbalance, so
yeah. So even right now,
and draw a card. Sorry, I almost forgot that part.
So one thing that I did that I thought was a good play is I put out my disagreeable inspector, because he's a cost of 1. He also has a yellow shard, so I can immediately forge him and put him out there, exhaust him, and then because it's the start of the new round and I have the first player token. I can immediately exhaust him now again to go up to 7.
So it paid for itself, and now it's a +1 resource.
Yeah. So it's kind of like something that I knew I could kind of get like a 2-for-1 on, but at the same time, right? Like I, kind of sacrifice not like delving him twice and getting myself up to, getting him up to 3 heat. So in this case, that was my action, for that first turn, or the first turn. Now my second turn action, I'm going to continue to delve your commons, and I'm going to pay the 2, go down to 5 to increase your heat to 2.
Okay.
Top card.
Barbican Gate. So that gets discovered. I gain a resource. Ever since we learned that, that's been a huge
it's such
game
a good
changer.
card. It is Barbican.
Well, no, I
Gate.
meant the discoveries can happen in these two, because originally in our first games
we weren't.
Discoveries were on the grid state only for us. So these cards become even more huge in that regard.
Sure.
Did you want to pay the 4 to get rid of it?
No.
I don't think you would, but I have to ask. And that has no discovery, but a transit station.
I'll pay 1 to get rid of transit station.
Not a bad call.
And then, I don't think I'm gonna necessarily get Goldie to pop off right now, so I think I'm just gonna exhaust him already to go up to 5 shards. And that's my turn here. All of you.
I'm going to declare a delve on your commons.
Okay. And then your
Anything here? I got nothing.
And then here.
Got nothing.
And then I'm going to pay 1 to forge my transit system, so it's a barricade cost of 3.
Understandable. Okay. Okay, I will pay the 3 to get. Actually, hold on. In reaction to you revealing that, and then I'm at 2 because I've already spent that action. There we go. You're at 2 too. Sorry. Action token. So that'll take me to 4, and then I will spend the 3, and then I'll spend the 1 to go ahead and destroy it. So it'll take me to 0. And then I don't have the money to pay for any heat, so heat's going to stay there, but I'll look at 2 cards.
First card.
Okay, Telemel Cluster, nice. And a transit station again. Alright, well, I have no money to get rid of those, but I can react with a fun run for successfully breaching there, so nice. I will gain 3. And I now have a clear path to your commons, and I was right that there was a barrier there I should avoid in the first round of the game, so I feel somewhat justified in that regard. Back to you.
I think in this regard, I'm going to pay 3 to go down to 1 to play a Capricious Informant and exhaust him.
So just so you can see what he did is he first paid his action a stage, which would put him at 1 action. Then as a free action or instant, he forged it, paying its 3 cost, and then you said you were gaining them. Mm-hmm. And then he, as another free action, tapped it to gain, or exhausted it to gain 1 resource.
Yep. And that is all I'm going to do.
Okay. I'm going to stage here. Action taking me to 1. No free actions currently. Table is passed to you.
Okay. Staging a card. And passing it back to you. They go down to 0 actions.
Now I'm going to make Steven hate me. So I'm going to stage this card here. It'll take me to 0. Then I'm going to forge this shard winner, going to 0. Then because it's in the council path, it gains +1 shard collection. So now I'm going to gain 2. Then I'm going to forge Rory and Bug for 0. Then, as another instant, gain 1 and go to 3. Then I'm going to reveal a second shard winner. Go to 0.
Wow.
And then gain 2.
Not a bad way to go about it.
I had to throw Rory and Bug in play and
I feel
swing
like
that
it's
out
a
at
one
you.
for one, you know? Like, I feel like you're like, I'm gonna like have to pay 5 to kill him.
So that was
like,
the original reason I put
yeah.
Shard Winner here. Well, besides I needed to gain the money on turn 1, but I was hoping the face down card would keep you away from my Rory and Bug and my start again. What's up?
Troubles.
Sure.
I think Zelena has a temperature of 102. I picked her up. She is boiling hot.
How many?
2.
Here you go, love. Okay. So then that'll end it for me, which then... But that'll mean 2 shard winners. That you're going to immediately be able to bank off that, so they gained 4, so they paid for themselves +1.
Yeah.
Like, even if you make it your mission to go ahead and ruin their lives, which I would not fault you for. I'm going to go to 3. And I get my 3 actions. And I draw my card.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, what a strategy.
And this is that, again, I had that in play. This one didn't come down because if I put both face down and give him 1 action, he might be incentivized to go delving for 2 cards. So this needed to wait to my last action. The Rory and Bug is in a different lane, so it's not trying to incentivize. You might think, okay, whatever, it's like something that's probably going to give him money. And so that was the hope. If I need to, I can reveal him if he attacked and then exhaust him and pay 2, because I still had the 3 to move him over out of the way. I wouldn't have been able to do my cool thing, but I still had an out there.
Yeah.
I think so, but the second showrunner needed to be at the moment I was going to pull this trigger. And of course, then the trigger is immediately pulled as free actions to go 5 and then go to 7. I then also need to make sure Rory and Bug stays untapped or stays ready, so he can't. That way, he has the ability to move if I need to. Just to have that incentive. So, but I also need to delve on him because I need to go up a heat. That way, he has to make a hard choice. Is he going to try to plan for getting rid of these? Is he going to try to plan for going to get me extra heat? Is he going to do both by going through this lane? Things like that have to be decided. And because of all of that, weirdly enough, I think I stage paying 1. And that pays that action there. And the table goes to you, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm going to exhaust all 3. Gain 3 shards. And I'm going to be delving your council. So.
Okay. I will pay the 1 for a Barbican Gate. And go 2-6 because I was at 7 because I was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so that's 6 for that. I must have paid for it before I actually forged it because I knew what I was about to have to do.
Yeah, and it says I can exhaust a card. It has to be forged, right?
Yeah, a forged card in their grid.
Yeah, which I don't have, so you get to gain 2 off that.
Which was the goal because I knew you were probably going to immediately remove the benefit of those 2 guys, but they at least paid for themselves +1 and gave me 2 on the way out.
Yeah, and burned my resource, so I'm down to 1. And then I get to look at 2 cards in your hand, which...
I have 2, so...
Alright, let's look at the one on the left hand.
Calling in favors and a transit station.
Alright.
Which you could get rid of the transit station if you wanted with your 1.
Yeah, let's do that actually.
Okay.
Might as well.
That takes me to 1 card. Now the question is, do I call in favors or do I push my luck? With this money, I think I push my luck on the heat because you really are going to struggle to get my heat back up. So I think that is the smart play there. And because that is the smart play... Also, these 2 in tandem is freaking ridiculous, dude.
It is.
Because you're going to get the 2 back. Because you're going to come here, I'm going to pay 2, and when you shift, you switch cards. Then you're immediately going to have to give me 2 or tap a card, which means you can literally pay for my dodge.
Yeah.
That's... And then have to pay 1 if you want to keep going.
Yeah,
That's...
I like this too.
That's a... Okay, anyway.
No,
I'm just thinking...
It's good to point out, honestly.
I wasn't thinking on it until just now. I was like, oh, man, that's actually really cool. All right. How many cards are in your hand right now? 2?
2.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to Delve Council.
Right.
It'll take me to 1. You're still at 2.
Yep.
There. And I'm going to hop over him because he's exhausted, so I don't have to deal with him if I don't want. And if you don't get anything, I will pay 3 to pull you to 3 and go to 5.
Okay.
And overkill, so we'll look at that one first. Yeah. That is a transit station. Or telemail cluster, sorry. Fine with you having that, and then I'll look at the other one, which is calling in favors. I can't do anything about, though you might at this point play that. And I don't know. We'll see what you do. All right, but then table will be to you.
All right. Then I am going to play that, so I'm going to.
It'll pay 2 actions for that. Yep. It's 4 money and draw a card. Ouch. So that gives me the last action, but you still have the first action because it will switch back to you. It's a very weird spot to be in. You have no more actions, so at that point I pay 1, or I gain 1, go back to 6, and then my action should be, because I am up on heat, or less heat than you, I should say, and gain 3 as an action, taking me to 9. I'm trying to really nail in that. Alright, and then that's the end of that. So then we straighten. I'll go to 3 actions each. We'll gain 1, so that'll put me at 10. So I'll put it at 1 and move it down here to show a 10's place. Nothing happens to heat. You get the first turn. Boop. And I will draw a card. Okay. So the first action is you. And I am still in Goldie range for heat.
Yeah. I guess I'm just going to exhaust my Seeker and the Disagreeable Inspector to go up to 7. And delve your commons again.
Okay, my commons?
Your commons, yes.
Okay. So I got nothing. You're going to assume pay 3. Take me up to 3. Boop. Okay. First of 3. A Dragon's Horde.
I'm good.
Second of 3. A Waterway Fairy.
I'm good.
And third of 3. A Capricious Informant.
I'm good on those two.
I like what I'm seeing. That's for sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Kind of know what I want to do. Okay. So weird. So we're gonna stage this. You're at 2, by the way, bud. And then I'm going to forge it, paying 3, so it'll take me down to 7 from 10. And then at instant, I'm going to exhaust this card, look at the top 2 cards, pick one of these 2 to archive, and 1 stays in my hand. And just because we're 2 best friends playing this game, just for memory's sake, otherwise it'd be on him to remember. My first card was a Dragon's Horde, my second one was a Waterway Fairy. I'll let everyone at home guess as to which one stayed in my hand. So
I know which one.
right? Table to you. That man could prophetically guess what's in my archives right now.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to go ahead and delve your commons yet again.
Oh, nice. Put the pressure back
Yep.
on me.
And then go to 0 to bring you up to 4.
Okay, I am at 4. Okay, there's that Capricious Informant. Now you've gotten to a Barbican Gate, which will give me 1. God, I love Barbican Gate so much, bro.
It's great.
They are pulling their weight lately for us. Or, well, for me.
For you. For you. 100% for you, not for me. And then another transit.
Or
was that?
Canal Network. Yeah.
And then 4th one, right?
Yep. A Waterway Fairy.
Wow. Where are your Seekers at?
Well, I can tell you where 1 is.
Yeah. Tell me your other ones.
Alright. Those are back in the turn.
Wow.
It's important to notice the way we do it, where we put them on top of each other, is so we don't accidentally misconstrue the order, because they go back on the order they were seen, and they're handled one at a time, because he has to make the determination, or whoever you're playing against, he or she, will make that determination whether they want to get rid of it, and if they don't, then they've passed their opportunity. So it's only... So, anyway, just so you guys know at home, for those of you that didn't know.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. See, I gotta be careful because I got last first, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. Okay. I do need to delve to bring balance to the force here. So, how many cards are in your hand right now?
3.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to delve the commons. Do you have anything in the first one there?
No, I have nothing.
I will actually look at it.
Okay.
See what's there.
It is an
Ouch.
Iron Enforcer. This card's in your grid to archive this card. Yeah, I'm going to archive those two.
So, you get a calling in favor, or wait, archive, sorry. Never mind, you don't know what you get.
Yeah. I know what it is.
Oh, yeah, you saw it, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, you get those two. I don't have a hand anymore. Wonderful. Alright, anything before I get down further then? Then let's pay the 4, and I'll go to 4. And let's look at 4 cards.
There's a cipher cost, engage player, exhaust a card.
But to do that, I now can't move him.
Yeah, but I don't have 2 to spare.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, you got 1.
Got
if
1,
you can
but if
find
maybe a Barbican gate can save me. We'll see.
Yeah.
But you can still kill him.
So I did that, and then I pay 1.
Yeah.
So that'll take me to 3, and I'll score him. That's 2 of the 3 towards victory here. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, number 2.
Fun run.
Can't do anything about moments. Number 3. Shard Runner. I will pay 2 to go to 1. Actually, no, because if I'm going to shoot myself if I got greedy there and the 4th card is actually the win.
Yeah, but you might know what it is. I mean, you're very good at getting it back up, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's a rough call with no hand, so I can't really buy anything. I think it's
Yeah.
better to just keep searching, so I will leave it for now.
Okay.
I hate it, but I will.
And then
Dragon's Horde.
might be better to get rid of it.
No, I'll save the 3 for Spiffy Biff. There. Alright. In the future, anyway. What sucks too is like... Sorry, I'm trying to make sure they're all going the same way. I can get to 4, but I can't get 5. Because if I could get to 5 and put you at 5 heat with 1 more delve,
Yeah.
then I could like first turn Goldie and gain another 3 advantage overall game advantage in resource. But
True.
don't foresee that happening. Okay. So yeah, it is back to you.
Alright. Well, last action of the
That
turn.
Iron Forcer's really hurt, guys. I have no hand. I only need to find an agent, though. And I do have money. So, there is that.
Stage a card. Exhaust. To get 1 shard from my capricious informant. And pass the turn to you.
Okay. In case you guys are wondering, one of the ciphers I believe I remember, if I'm remembering correctly, because all the games that Steven and I played against each other at this point, has a cipher cost of exhaust your seeker. So if that's the case, I should wait to gain the 1 until after I've dealt with his commons. Well, wait, has he drawn a card since I looked 4 deep? No, but I did steal one of his guys, so I am going to see 1 deeper. Okay, I'm just making sure that if it wasn't smarter to...
I mean, I only have 2 cards in my hand, so.
Yeah. And you only have 1 card in your archives?
Yes.
Which is the Iron Forcers, which you archived, yes. So, yeah. Alright, man. I know what his next 3 cards are. So, based on that, it's smarter to know what the 2 cards in his hand are in case it's floating there than to risk going 1 deeper than he could possibly even theoretically draw based on what I'm seeing on the board state. So, I am going to run on council, and I'm going to hop, skip, and jump here. I do need to look at this because if I don't, and that was where the the agent is, I'm going to shoot myself in the face.
Well, I'm going to in that instant.
Okay. So we're in this
Forge
instant. Perfect.
It is a transit station with +2.
So it'll be 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll take me to 0. Man, so there's a 1 and a 2 cost. So the ones that he's going to have is 3. So that sucks. I'm going to go ahead and actually. Okay. So there was the rat there for 3. So I can't get it, but I know it's there. So now my win condition is clear as day. I got to watch how he's playing his card so I can try to make sure my movements are going towards that as quick as the setting sun. So with that in mind, it then goes to 0. Then I will gain 1. 3 actions. Straighten. Oh, and gain 1 off her at the end. So that would be at 2, technically. And then she'll straighten. And then draw a card, which is the only card I have. Which is fine. Unfortunately, I can't get to his hand right now. I'm going to use the Capricious Informant to draw 2, archive 1, and keep the other. And that's an instant. Then I will stage there, which is my action. And I will then pass the turn to you.
Okay. Stage a card there.
Alexa, office light on.
Going to exhaust my Capricious Informant to gain a shard.
Understandable.
And that's my move.
Okay. Stage that. And instant for 1. Go to 3. Forge. Go to 0. Shard for 1. Actually, yeah. And it is to you.
Delve your archives.
Okay.
But as I confront in this instant window, I'm going to use exhaust disagreeable inspector to -2 his barricade cost, pay 3 to...
Well, hold on. I still have instance too, so if I can find a way to generate money, I can still duck them out.
You don't. I thought about this. I was waiting for you to get down to 2.
But I will go ahead and exhaust him
To get his 1, yeah.
Because if he's going out, I might as well get some money for the trouble.
The last bang for his buck.
Yeah, and then you can pay the 1 and then 2, so 3, which you
Down to
did.
0. And then I will look at
4 cards. Well, there is 4 cards, so here's what you find. A canal network. And I'm assuming all these will go to the trash. Tell me otherwise if you don't want one. The Calling in Favors. The Dragon's Horde. That was the 2 you got, was a Dragon's Horde and Calling in Favors, which is nice. And then a Waterway Fairy. So you cleaned out my closet like an Eminem song. Hey, mama!
I'm down to 1 action.
Okay. Okay, I am going... Go ahead and delve your commons.
Alright.
Actually, no. I gotta think about it. Yeah, we're doing commons. Alright. So...
Nothing, so...
And I can't afford to bump you up to 5, so we're just gonna...
Go for it.
Yep.
Got a shard winner.
I gotta see what's on the 4th down, unfortunately. New...
Dragon's Horde. A smooth handoff. And a fun run.
Okay. Not really too hyper concerned. You don't have one in the next 4. Your other guy's stuck at least behind that wall. So I still gotta raise money for that, which is fine. Okay, so that zeroed me out. Once I find the 0 again. Eventually. There's a 0. Ta-da! Okay, so it's back to you, my friend.
Alright, so I am going to go ahead and, as my last action, delve your commons.
Okay. You're gonna skip over, or
I'm just, skip over them.
in this instant window, there's a Barbican Gate. So I'll pay 1. You can tap your transit station, and luckily it's I don't have an action to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would. There's no way in heck you would do that.
Yeah. Very true.
So I don't gain the 2. And so then you'll see 4 cards in mine. There's a Waterway Fairy, which you saw before. There's a Fun Run that I would like to have in my hand right now. There's a Kaisar the Rat for 3. You don't have. But you know it's there.
Yeah.
And a Dr. Twilight right behind him for another 3. So there, cards 3 and 4 down are what you need. And since you know I have no hand and no archives, you know exactly where your win condition is lying, as you can watch what I draw.
Very true. And what I'm going to do is play
The fun run. Yep. Get that 3 money.
Get that 3, and then also an instant speed. I'm going to forge Kaiser the Rat for 2.
And then gain the resource, Alright. I'll go to 2. Three actions. 1 card. And the first action is yours.
might be able to Hail Mary this. Going to exhaust 1, 2, 3, 4, go up to 7. To delve commons.
Okay, so hold on. So at this one, I'm going to at instant speed draw 2.
I know what you're gonna do. Yeah. Or you can go for it.
I know. And I'll put 1 in hand, 1 in archives. Then at instant speed, I'll draw 2. So now, for anyone that's actually paying attention to what's going on, you know for a fact that those 2 cards are in a transposed position between the archives in my hand and no longer for him to look at. So the question is, does he still, knowing that I'm about to flip an action and he cannot get his win con unless he's there,
There's
2
like
more
2
agents.
more agents, yeah.
Will he tap that and give me the possible run at his Kaiser at this point? Now, I've only got 2 money. So, but that would put me at 4 money if he doesn't, but then I still need even more money at that point to get to him. So, it's what he wants to do, but we'll see what he does there. I'm kind of giving him the pre-plan. It might have been smarter to wait till he got to this instant speed, but in a tournament, I would wait to this, but that's a little more crueler. I'm kind of giving him an idea, as you can see.
I mean, I'll still pay the cost. I'll still pay the 1.
Okay, to keep me from off the money? Okay. So you'll tap that sucker. Oh,
well, and I still have to pay the barricade cost.
That's true. So, okay. We got 4 in. So, you got Infiltrate this time. Sergeant Cole.
And then what's his cipher cost?
Exhaust something in the archives path. Could be Forger and Force. Disagreeable Informant. And did you want to get rid of him?
Yeah, let's pay 1 to...
Pay 2?
Oh, was it 2?
Yeah.
Oh, then no.
Okay. And then the final one, Eye Enforcers, which again, their discovery only works in grid, which makes sense because if I could do that from either of those, oh my god.
It'd make you not want to delve commons as much.
Or the council, because if it could work from either, like, good lord, no. Yeah, you need to spend an action to be able to get that discovery
maybe
effect.
I shouldn't have tapped. I'm kind of an idiot for exhausting.
Well, you weren't thinking about how these 2 would interact.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of it until you did that, and I saw you going for the win, and I was struggling to stop it.
Yeah, but that was great. You were able to subvert it because I was about to
totally win the game. Oh man. Okay, so. And the great way they do it too is you don't know if you were counting cards. You knew that they were cards 3 and 4, but then they became cards 2 and 3 when I drew a card at the beginning of the turn. Yeah. So they were split evenly between both pools. So I could have discarded both to the archives. I could have done 1 and 1. I could be keeping both. Yeah. There wasn't like I drew both of them and then one has to go to one, one goes to the other.
It was literally 1 for
I had a choice to like make 3 different outcomes here. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. Alright, not when I wanted to use the Capricious on this turn, but God, it saved my life, so I needed money so I could get to my win condition. Good Lord, okay. Well, my first action will be to go ahead and put yours at 2. Delve your commons. So if you don't have anything, I'm just gonna go and I don't have money for that. So yeah, let's just see the 4. No. No whammies.
And then a disagreeable inspector.
I'm gonna let you keep it. You can keep all those, and then I will fun run to go to 5. And then give the table to you.
Alright, and then I'm going to delve your archives.
Sounds good. I got nothing. So there's a Telemo cluster, which you immediately discard, and there's your free Kaiser, because there's no cipher to them, so you immediately score them.
And that was it?
Unless you wanted to give me an additional heat and pay 5 for that, even though it would be overkill just to put the heat game separately. I don't know if you want to do that.
No, it's not worth it.
I didn't think it would be. Not when you know exactly where the other one is, and with 2 cards, again, getting to 5 is crazy overkill. It's not like I could even draw 6 to hide it.
True.
Or I would have to draw 3 to hide it, because it would have to go up to 5. But yeah, I can't... Drawing 3 cards, no.
Yeah.
But that being the case, at this point, I exhaust and hit 6. And then I hop, and then I should be able to pay 6 there for win.
Yeah. GG.
And there's the Dr. Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I purposely knew I couldn't put both of the eggs in
I
one
liked how
basket.
you were able to just separate them into different piles. Like, it was like, wow, I really have to, like, keep, you know. So, yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I liked your strategy and usage of Capricious Informant.
I mean, it's the only thing that saved me. If it hadn't had 2 Capricious Informants in play, and that's a rarity, because again, these decks only have 2 of, and from what we understand, could be wrong, but Steven and I understand that's possibly the way deck building will be, considering such low, small decks.
Yeah.
That 2 of is going to be the maximum. So literally, that would, like, even in a competitive tournament game, within the first 3 turns of the game, I have both my Capricious Informants.
Yeah.
That's a rarity. So it's not.
It would be hard.
Yeah, it's not something you should be able to ever replicate that effect easily. So it is using what you got effectively, but also understanding the rarity of that rare craziness. Double Barbican, double.
Yeah.
Just warp it.
Yeah.
It works though.
It does.
Because it protects your 2 main lanes and.
Very much so. And again, like, you either got to exhaust things on your board that could leave you open and vulnerable to you delving me, or gain, you know, shards, which is a win for, you know, win-win.
So let's say that he didn't tap this, guys. Like, he had made the decision to just go ahead and give me 2 money. That would have been 8 that I could have had most at this point. That being said, my one action, because I would have had the last action, would be to just gain 1 resource. I would have still been able to get to 9. It would have just taken 1 action further. But I would have had to get to 9 because now I would have had to get 3 and then get to that.
Yeah.
With 1 more action, could you have stopped, just out of curiosity, would you have been able to stop me getting to it, the Kaiser, at that point?
No, but I think, like, that 1 action out probably would have put you at risk of me finding your, or, like, delving your council.
So, yeah, you would have given me more money. You would have let me go to 11 on your next action. Just...
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I would have archived... Or no.
You hit the archives, but you didn't have to pay
Yeah,
anything
and
because
then-
it's free.
Yeah, and then,
So
like,
then I get... You would give me that. You would still
Yeah.
spend 1. That would put you
Yeah.
at 5. Let's just play it up. You would put it at 5.
Yeah. And then I would...
Just go ahead and put her to 5 there, just so that way we can show them what we're thinking here. Then you hop over this one because you can give a crap less at that point. And then you make it to here.
And
Then
the
you
cipher
reveal...
was there
No
a
cipher on that.
No.
You just need 3. So yeah, you win.
Yeah.
So that decision whether or not to
Yeah.
tap for the Barbican was literally win or
Yeah.
loss at
Yeah.
that point.
And I should have just, at that point, like, because I realized, like, this was my only extra
Defense,
barrier, and
yeah.
I literally was just like, but I wasn't thinking it through. I was just like, I don't want you to...
Well, we're also
to
not
gain
playing
because I
for a
know,
tournament
yeah.
and big money or anything. If you
Yeah.
were, you would have probably sat there and spent a good like 3 or 4 minutes because it was a huge monumental moment. Like,
yeah, that's pivotal. And what I like too, right? Again, just the gravity of the game, right? Like two seekers. Like I like it because it's so high stakes, right? Like you and like we can both see what we're trying to do, and it's like I need to stop you. You also need to stop me, and like the way we just went about this, I thought was very clever and very good. So I'm very impressed with this game. I really like how this match went.
And I'm not going to try to be a long-winded rant here because I don't want you guys to get tired because the game's already over. But just out of curiosity, what were the cards in your hand? So I had the Twilight.
I had the Shard Winner and the Telomere Cluster.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't know. For me, like, I don't really care much about card draw. I feel like the more card draw I have, the more at risk I am of leaving you an option to cancel. But I get it also gives you more options. So, like, I just feel like it's very balanced, right? Like,
depends on when you need it out.
Yeah, like the point in which you had no cards, like, I would have loved the Telomere Cluster, like, if I was in your shoes, to be like, yeah, give me that extra card so I have options. But again, like, yeah, you know, situation based, like the Shard Winner combos, like, I felt like your copies of Shard Winners, the Capricious Performance, like, they all really helped you in monumental ways. So
it was interesting that I kept using them for their exhaust ability, where usually when we play these two cards, we're usually always just tapping them for the money, but in this time, their ability to go too deep and get the crap out so I could find stuff that was useful, because I'm only getting one card a turn.
Very true.
So being able to just, when you delve and I say, I don't want any of that, let me get that out of the way.
Yeah, it potentially gives you an extra card too, which is really nice. Like,
if you're giving, because that's the beautiful thing, when you delve me, I get the knowledge just like you. It's not like you get to look secretly and see, and then I don't know, because it's revealed. I can go, okay, I need to get that now. I can't wait 2 turns or give him a chance to delve it again and grab it.
Yeah.
Let's grab it now, which is funny. That was
that was the one
deeper.
Yeah, because I could have just archived and then, you know,
because he was the last card.
Yeah,
because you saw the infiltrate, which means he was one off.
Yeah. But it's funny. Again, like, I also think I need to remember, like, not to exhaust everything, because that was the thing. Like, I was just exhausting everything, and it's like, you gotta, like, I gotta think it through a little bit, or like maybe not be as aggro. But then it's like, well, you want to have as much shards as possible to, you know, pay for those costs.
But I said I wasn't going to be a dead horse. So what I was referring to, guys, and then I promise we'll sign off for you, is what you saw us doing where we played the get match back a couple and saw how the turns could be different with one decision. When you're playing with your friends, and if you have a desire to get better at the game, that's what you need to do. It isn't just so much playing and seeing who won and who lost. Look into it a little more.
Yeah, the strategy, like, especially like the what ifs, you know, like, again, like, how can this scenario go
because I was curious about whether he tapped that or not, and we looked and we played it back.
And it made the most sense. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I would have had the upper hand. Because he would have had to pay that extra 3 barrier costs.
And it does 2 major things for you guys. One, it lets you know what could have happened, how it could have gone differently, so you learn how to play better, or you learn, oh, this is how it could go. I will make sure not to make that mistake myself.
Exactly.
Or that's good to know that the game can go that way, or what it can do. But also, it helps your friend, who both of you are trying to get better at the game, provided the people you're playing against want to do this. Not everyone does. Not everyone has any interest in this. But if you're practicing with your friends, you're both trying to get good for a tournament, y'all should be doing this. Steven is able to see also how the thing turns, so he's able to learn from his mistakes, and we're both able to improve our play. Because I guarantee you right now, and you probably heard us rant about this in our talks in the podcast, which if you haven't listened to it, please give it a listen. If you can or want to, we would love to have you as listeners. The only way you improve is by losing, is by making mistakes in a game and learning from those mistakes. You do not make them again, especially when you're practicing like here, where there is no stakes. You should more than ever make sure that both players are escalating their play, so that when it does matter, when you have spent money, you have spent time, you're going to a place, spending all day at a tournament, those mistakes don't happen, because you've polished those spots in the armor off with consistent playtesting, practice, things like that. So,
I agree.
And you also need to have good friends like Frog. I'm going to give a shout out to Frog again, because every time we've made mistakes or had a fallacy, he's pointed it out so we can learn to play better. Having people that understand the rules at that level that you could talk to and enjoy talking to, and a community that backs you like you guys are by watching us. Just thank you guys so much. These things help us be better players too.
Absolutely. And again, thank you all for watching. It's always a pleasure. And we hope to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.